feel so happy. But at the same time, I feel a little bit sad. You guys know this. I've never been good at saying goodbye. When I was 7 years old, every Sunday my dad would leave for work. And when he would leave for work, he'd put on his suit and tie, he'd grab his briefcase, and he'd start leaving. And I would do everything I could to get him to stop. I'd put my hands next to the door and I'd say, "Stop right there, mister." But I was only 7 years old. He would pick me up and put me to the side. I would grab his keys and I'd say, "Not so fast." But of course, he'd have a spare key. And so when my dad would leave the home and I would see his car leave the driveway, I'd start to feel a little pit in my stomach, a feeling of anxiety, a feeling of, oh man, I just really wish he would come back. And I would do things. I would draw pictures of him in art class. I would call him every opportunity that I could because I just couldn't wait to see him again. Today I'm feeling the same way. I'm feeling the same way because over the last 29 or 30 days, we've had a visitor with us. The month of Ramadan. A month that has blessed us with so much mercy. A month that has given us the nights of Qadr when we have prayed with all of our hearts. A month when we have been able to connect with Allah. And a month when you and I have been able to spend together. So, I feel sad saying goodbye. Because I don't want it to end. I want this month to go on forever. I want the Noor Kids episodes to never stop. But it has to. And tomorrow is a day of celebration. Tomorrow or maybe the day after, depending on where you live and whether you've seen a moon or not. But tomorrow is a day of celebration. And so today, I want to talk about Eid, and at the same time, I want to give thanks. Give thanks for what? Give thanks for you. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this year's last and final Noor Kids Ramadan program where we will say goodbye. For now. And I'll tell you that we've got some really exciting things planned, so don't feel too worried about it. But before we go further, in case you don't know who I am, my name is Amin Asr, and I am the author of Noor Kids. What is Noor Kids, you ask? Great question. Noor Kids is an amazing Islamic education program in which every month kids get a new book in the mail. Books like Animals of Allah and Faithful Friends and Agents of Change and Take the High Road and Squeaky Clean and so many more. Not only that, you get a global Muslim citizen passport. We're able to collect badges from the book every single month along with your very own collector's box. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for the day of Eid, the next 2 days, if you did not get Noor Kids, we're giving you one final chance. For $1.99, you'll be able to get your first package shipped to you. Not only will you love it, not only will your parents love it, but I will love you for it. Why? Because you'll be supporting Noor Kids. We exist because of support from people like you. Now, tomorrow's the day of Eid. Eid! What is this day of Eid? And it's so much fun to say Eid, 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 Eid. What is this Eid? Well, during the time of our Holy Prophet, peace and blessings be on him, the people used to sometimes feel sad. They'd say, we see other people that we live with, and they've got other celebrations. Some of them celebrate Christmas, some of them celebrate Easter, some of them celebrate Hanukkah. And they went to our Holy Prophet and they said, "Oh Prophet, do we have any days of celebration?" And our Holy Prophet said, yes we do. And the days of celebration are called Eid. And so at the end of Ramadan, on the first day of Shawwal, the very next month, we have the day of Eid. And the day of Eid is a celebration, a day of joy, a day of happiness, a day of prayer, a day of gift giving, and of course, a day of eating delicious foods. Woo! I can't wait for it. But and by the way, I'm still fasting, and you guys might be fasting too. And so as we think about food, let us list out our favorite top 10 food. No, I'm kidding. I won't do that to you. I won't do that to myself. So on the day of Eid, it's a day of celebration. By the way, it's not just Eid al-Fitr, which comes at the end of Ramadan. There's another Eid, an Eid al-Adha, which comes on during the month of Dhul Hajj or Dhul Hijjah. So it's to mark the end of Hajj. So on the day of Eid, what do? Well, the first thing that we do is we wake up early and we take a shower and we try to do something called a ghusl. Ghusl is like a purification, but if you take a bath, it's kind of similar. You take a bath, you wear your nicest clothes, not just a t-shirt like this, no, something nice, something pristine, something modest, something that you feel happy about and makes you happy. Ideally, you go to the masjid, and you perform Eid Salah, and hopefully you get there early, you get a nice spot, and you listen to the imam give a khutbah, not a kid's khutbah like this one, no, it's an adult khutbah, and after that, you meet people, you shake their hands, you say assalamu alaikum, people who you know, and even people who you don't know, you can go up to them, put your hand down, say assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak, nice to meet you, mister, my name is Amin, nice to meet you. And it's amazing because we create a brotherhood of Muslims from around the world. And ideally, you have a good lunch where you can eat different types of food, any kind of food. You could eat kebabs, you could eat lasagna. If my wife's watching, inshallah, Ameen, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Lasagna, please. Sana, if you're watching. No, I'm kidding. But kind of, if you are watching, Sana. Sana's my wife, by the way. She's making some food for Eid. And we're just praying that, inshallah. Because the thing about lasagna, it's like layers and layers of cheese, and it's like clouds of even there's a cottage cheese. And so when it hits your mouth, it's like fluffy and like a little bit of zest, and you can feel the cilantro and the basil. I'll stop it. Anyways. Tomorrow's the day of Eid. Inshallah, it'll be amazing. Inshallah, it will be wonderful for you. And I hope I gave you a little snippet of what to expect when you go to the masjid, okay? And this is in the morning, so you'll have to wake up bright and early. And if you are in school, of course, you talk to your parents and things like that. But ideally, this is a day of celebration. So maybe you can go with your parents to the masjid and try to get some time off. But of course, that's up to your mom and dad. They'll be able to decide for you, inshallah. Now, today is a day when I want to also give thanks. Thanks for what? Thanks because over the last 30 days, you have spent time with me. We have laughed together. We've watched some Muslim dad jokes. We have prayed together for forgiveness, for our family, for our moms and dads. We have cried together when I told you about Laylatul Qadr and the story about my mom. We've been through so much together, and I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Like literally you the person who's watching on their cell phone or watching on YouTube or watching on their iPad, wherever you are watching, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Why do I say that? Because Allah has honored me. Allah has honored me with an opportunity to talk about Islam, to help kids build a love for Islam, to do it not only through our books, but also through this. And none of it would be possible except through you. And I'll tell you something. I know what it feels like when people don't say thanks, when you do a lot of work. When you've really helped somebody out and they don't say thanks, sometimes you just feel in your stomach, I wish they would have said thanks. And so that is why for me today, I want to say thank you. And There's actually a power in thank you. There's a special thing that comes when you say thanks. And in order for me to illustrate that, I am going to be reading out of this book called Giving Thanks. Now, we've read one of the stories in this book. I'm going to be reading you the second story. Like every Noor Kids book has two stories. The first one is called this one's called Giving Thanks. Let me first introduce you to the characters. Noor Kids follows the story of Amin, Shireen, Asad, and Amira. They live in a city called Maple Grove. They go to a school called Northport Elementary. First, there is Shireen. Shireen has a twin brother named Jaffer. Lots of times you see her doing amazing things like this, gliding in the air. Why? Because she wants to be like her mom, who works for National Geographic. Then there is Amin. Amin is a sports star. He loves baseball and soccer and football and basketball. And by the way, he loves the Toronto Raptors. No, I'm kidding. All right, but yeah, okay. Anyways, if you're watching basketball right now, it's the finals. That's why I said that. Okay. Anyways, he has an older brother in college named Hasib. Sometimes he does stuff without thinking about it, and because that he gets into trouble. Then there is Asad. Asad is a scientist. He loves to break things apart just to figure out how to put them back together again. He has a little baby sister named Yusra. Then there's Amira. Amira is an artist. She loves exploring all of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's beauty through art and poetry and painting. These four are the Noor Kids. Every book starts with a parent's page, and there are two stories in it. I'm not going to be reading the first story. I am going to be reading the second story called Two Little Things. But before we start, I need you to, number one, say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Will you say it? Will you say it? Will you say it? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And number two, if you are not following us right now on YouTube, subscribe. And also on Facebook and Instagram, follow us so that way we can be friends forever. Allahu Akbar, friends forever. All right, I hope you did it. All right, we will now watch. Oh, by the way, if you're not watching this on our mobile app, you should be watching it on our mobile app. It's free. You can just go on, search for Noor Kids, get your mom and dad's help, and that way you can watch it going forward, and I'll tell you what the plans are for the next few weeks. Anyways, before we get there, let's start reading this story. Two Little Things. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Mom, Eid is coming, says Shireen. Sweet pea, Eid isn't for another 6 months, says Mom. I know, Mom, but I need to start working on my gift for Amira, says Shireen. She loves flowers. I want to grow beautiful red daisies for her. Look at those beautiful red daisies. I know you are busy right now, but can you help, Mom, says Shireen. Sure, let's get going, says Mom. The mom leaves everything. Mom takes a break from her work to take Shireen to the local flower nursery. There they meet a gardener who can help Shireen with her gift. Assalamu alaikum, Auntie. My name is Shireen, and I need your help, please, says Shireen. I want to grow beautiful red daisies for my best friend. Wa alaikum salam, says the lady. What a wonderful idea. I can help you get the supplies you'll need. First, you'll need some soil. Next, you'll need some seeds. And finally, you'll need a pot. Shireen takes the supplies and plants the daisies at home. Shireen waters them day after 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 day. Okay, anyway, she waters them for a long time. Look at that, from May 1st up until October 12th, when the flower is blooming. For 6 months, Shireen cares for the daisies. When Eid day finally arrives, she's excited to surprise Amira. Mom drives her to school to make sure the flowers stay safe. Amira's gonna be so excited, Shireen thinks to herself. Shireen hurries to Amira as fast as she can. Eid Mubarak, Amira. Eid Mubarak, Shireen, says Amira. Mom and I grew a special gift just for you, says Shireen. Shireen, what are these? Says Amira. Beautiful red daisies. Don't you just love them? Says Shireen, and she's thinking about all of the work that she put into it. Amira says, you should have saved your time. I already have daisies. Plus, my favorite color is yellow, not red. Oh my goodness, are you serious? That was really mean. The entire day, Shireen was sad because Amira didn't like her gift. Once school is out, Shireen runs home to tell her mom what happened. Mom, it was terrible. I put so much work into that gift, says Shireen. I'm sorry, sweet pea. I know how sad you can feel when you work hard for someone and they don't even say thanks. But remember, there were lots of people who helped you. Did you thank them, says Mom? Shireen starts to think about all of the people who helped her. Well, Mom helped me tons, and Auntie at the nursery did too. Thank you so much, Mama. I'm sorry I didn't mention it before, says Shireen. You're welcome, sweet pea. I'm not the only one you should be thanking. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided you all of your blessings, says Mom. Shireen gives thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all that she has been blessed with by praying to him. And look at her praying. Oh my gosh, what a cute little girl. Praying her on her little salah mat. Oh man, what a little cutie. Oh. Ding dong! Just as she finishes, the doorbell rings. Assalamu alaikum, Shireen. I'm really sorry about earlier. Your gift was so thoughtful and I didn't even say thanks, says Amira. So, I made a special painting just for you. Oh, Amira, thank you. And thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala too. I am blessed to have a friend like you. The end. Bum, ba-dum. Now, this is actually a photo of that, what that painting was that Amira gave to Shireen. But I want to ask you two things about this story. The first is, in this story, Shireen felt bad because someone didn't say thanks to her, right? She put in all of this work, and she got a gift for her friend, and her friend didn't say thank you. How did Shireen feel? Shireen felt really bad, right? She felt sad. She went to her mom and she cried. And so what she started to think about was, well, how many times have I made other people feel that way? How many times have other people helped me, but I didn't even bother to say thank you, right? And so as she started thinking, she thought, man, I should say thanks to my mom. I should say thanks to the gardener. And I should also say thanks to Allah. Why should I say thanks to Allah? Because Allah has provided me with all of these gifts. Everything I have is from Allah. So she gave thanks. Now what happened? Immediately after Shireen gave thanks, she went onto her prayer mat, she gave thanks. What happened? She got a doorbell. It was like ding dong, and who was there? Was Amira, and Amira came with a gift. Immediately after Shireen gave thanks, what happened? She got more. This is the secret power in saying thanks. That when we say thanks, Allah gives us more. And I'll tell you something, when you say thank you from the bottom of your heart to somebody, it feels good. And so that's why on a day like this one, I want to first say thank you to you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sending messages. Thank you for writing on the chat. Thank you for putting up your silly dad jokes. Thank you for showing us your masjids. Thank you for being patient with me and with Noor kids. Thank you for supporting us. Because none of this, not me, not this office, not these books, not this live stream, not our mobile app, nothing would exist without you. Thanks. Now here's your homework. Tomorrow's the day of Eid. And on the day of Eid, you're going to be seeing lots of people. You might be seeing your mom and dad. You might be seeing your brother and sister. You might be seeing an auntie and uncle. You might be seeing your sheikh at your masjid. You might be seeing a teacher from your Sunday school. You might be seeing lots of people. Tomorrow, I want you to give thanks. I want you, when you see different people, at least 5 people, I want you to say thanks to them, and I want you to tell them why you're saying thanks. I want you to say, Mom, thank you. Thank you for making food for me every day. If she made food, or maybe your dad is making food, I don't know, but you can give thanks. Tomorrow, I want you to give thanks to at least 5 people. And when you do it, not only will you feel good in your heart, but Allah will give you much, much more. Now, with that spirit in mind, this is not the end. It's just a goodbye for now. Why? Well, because every Thursday, starting next Thursday, we do a live story time. A live story time. A story time similar to the story times we've been doing during the month of Ramadan. They are fun. They're delightful. It's time when you and I are able to spend together thinking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and why we love Him, and also laughing and eating and doing all sorts of fun things at the same time. So, how do you learn about these? How can you get the details on these? Well, the easiest way is to, 1, become a member. If you become a member of Noor Kids, you will get your very first package in the mail with your very first book right now for the next 3 days for Eid. We're allowing families to try it for $1. If you're not a member yet, today's the day. Please do consider joining. Not only will you love it, but you'll also be supporting Noor Kids. You can go to noorkids.com to get that. Or number 2, download our mobile application. When you get our mobile application, it's free to download right now. You'll be able to get notifications. Just search for Noor Kids. And when you do that, we will be able to chat more and more, benefit more and more, love more and more in the weeks and the months to come. This is Amin Asher from Maple Grove, Minnesota, signing out. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and Eid Mubarak.